my name is Maria and welcome to my channel. Today I thought I would do a video that's talking about what to purchase if you're just starting into makeup. So kind of like a starter makeup kit. What are the essential products that you're going to need? I'm just going to get started. I'm going to focus on drugstore products only. There are so many options out there. I'm going to tell you some of the products that I like using from the drugstore. And the reason why I'm doing drugstore is because if you're just starting out, there's no way you want to put a whole bunch of money into products that you're not even sure about. So there are tons of excellent products in the drugstore nowadays. So you totally don't have to break the bank to get started. So I'm going to show you the products that I like the most, and we'll just talk a little bit about that. So, and as usual, I'm going to put all the information in the description box. Anyway, in the description thing below, I'll put all the information in there so that you can use it as a reference. So the first product that I believe is an essential is a face primer. So this one is called the e.l.f. Mineral Face Primer. It was $8. e.l.f. tends to be my favorite primer. There's lots of good ones. Maybelline has a lot of different ones that are great. NYX has one, but I really like this e.l.f. one. The primer is just the first thing that goes down to make your foundation go on smooth, and it helps your foundation last longer. I've got a primer video as well, so I'll link that down below as well. So yeah, primer is what you need to buy. The next thing that you need is a good foundation, and honestly, this Rimmel is called the Lasting Finish 25 Hour. It's got a pump, and if you buy it at Walmart, it's $6. So excellent price. It's neither matte nor luminous. It's kind of like it looks like skin, and it's long wearing, doesn't look cakey. Really like this. So foundation is the next thing that you need. Then you're going to need a concealer. So people conceal for different reasons. They might be covering up a blemish. I like to use mine to highlight. So putting it under the eyes to brighten the eye area, and then down the nose and on the chin. So Maybelline Fit Me Concealer is my favorite. I think it's really excellent. And it's about $8, I think. And once again, when they're drugstore prices, you can always find sales. But Fit Me Concealer, love it. The next thing that you want to get to set your face, a setting powder. So the Maybelline Fit Me powder, I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Maybelline Fit Me. It's a fairly decent one. It's fairly finely milled. Apparently the e.l.f., I think it's called e.l.f. High Definition Powder. It's a loose powder that's supposed to be really excellent as well. So those are some options for a setting powder. And primarily, you're putting a setting powder in your oily area or where you've put the concealer. Now, moving on to eyes, you want to buy, first of all, a good eyeshadow primer. And the best that I found is NYX. NYX products are found at London Drugs and Rexall primarily. And this is called the NYX High Definition Eyeshadow Base. And this you just put all over your eyelids before you begin. It helps again with the longevity, it helps the shadows look brighter, and it also really prevents creasing. So this is a great product to have. The next thing that you want to purchase is some sort of eyeshadow palette. There's many different drugstore palettes out there that you can get. There's small ones like quads. Most of the companies are coming out with a little larger ones. But what I'm really impressed with is Wet n Wild. I had never tried them, and just recently I picked up this little guy. It's a limited edition. If I can get it open. Looks like this, and it's what I'm wearing on my eyes today. I can't believe how crazy pigmented this is. And it was $4.99. And they also have these bigger palettes. There's one like this, and there's one that has purples in it. These don't have any mattes in them, but they're a great way to get started. And yeah, this was $3.99. Amazing shadows. It's making me eat my words about only high-end palettes. But anyway, so you want to pick up a palette. And it's a really good idea as well to buy like a transition shade, and that would be a matte shadow that's really quite light, not like as light as your skin, but pretty, like just kind of a light peachy color. You could also use a blush as a transition color, that'll work too. So NYX has really excellent singles that I love using for transition shades. That's not a necessity, but yeah. go for a palette. The other thing that you want to pick up is a coal black eyeliner, or dark brown, something of that nature. But you want it to kind of, the whole purpose is for it to kind of blend in with your eyelashes. So usually a black or a dark brown is a better choice. And I really love Rimmel Scandalized. So this isn't Rimmel Scandalized. This is, I ran out of my Scandalized, but Rimmel Scandalized to me is so excellent. It's super soft, easy to blend out, and long wearing. So for eyeliner, that's my favorite choice. The next thing that you want to get is a mascara. Right now, I'm really enjoying the L'Oreal Telescopic in Carbon Black. Mascara is very, everybody has a different preference. CoverGirl has a ton of excellent mascaras. L'Oreal does. It's just kind of a matter of trying them out. Yeah, so that's your eyes. The next thing would be your cheeks. Blushes, I would say that Milani has the nicest blushes. You can pick up Milani at Superstore. Right now they have, they've got quite a few that are kind of more shimmery. This is one that's super popular. Everybody on the YouTube talks about it, and it's Luminoso, and it's kind of a peachy shade. They also have come out with 3 beautiful matte blushes, but also NYX has great blushes. Maybelline has some nice ones, but yeah, I find that Milani has the nicest. Oh, the one I wanted to mention, Joe Fresh has blushes. I just bought this one because it was on sale for $1.94 at Superstore. And this is a beautiful blush. It's nicely pigmented. It's matte, and yeah, Joe Fresh, really impressed. So they're $6 normally, or if you get them on sale, $2. The next and last, what I would consider an essential, would be lip products. So what you're gonna want is some sort of lip liner. Now you don't have to do a lip liner, but a lot of times a lip liner is nice, especially if you're wanting to look a little more dressy. A lip liner just finishes the look off and makes it look more polished. So I really like the NYX lip liners. I think they're highly pigmented. They're excellent quality. They come in different kinds. Every NYX liner I've tried, I've been impressed with. Also Essence, you can pick up Essence at Shoppers Drug Mart. I think this was $2, and these things are just, they're crazy, like they're super pigmented. Like I'm super impressed with these. So those are good. I hear Milani are really good, but I haven't tried those. But NYX would be my favorite lip liner product. And then of course, lipstick or lip gloss. As far as mattes are concerned, again, NYX, they have a ton of matte lipsticks, and they've got matte lip creams. They're really excellent, and they run about $8. So love the NYX for their matte products. And also they've got butter glosses that are just beautiful. They're quite opaque, and they're lovely. But my favorite products actually are Revlon products. Primarily because they're so cheap. So I always wait for the sales, and you can pick up a lip gloss at Superstore for $3.97. So like, who like, yay, cheap, cheap, cheap. So they're super shiny. It's what I've got on right now. They're shiny, they're not sticky. I just love their lip glosses. And also their lipsticks, they come in like major shades. I've got quite a few of them, from pinks to violets to purplies and reds, and they're all really decent. They're not as long lasting, but just love them, and you can't beat the price point. The other thing that you will need to start a collection, or if you're getting started in makeup, is some brushes. And the cheapest brushes that I've found are Walmart, and they're called Still Spa Essentials. This was $2.97. I use this all the time as a crease brush. And then this is a big fluffy powder blush or brush blush. This was $6. So Walmart, awesome, awesome brushes. And then as well, e.l.f., which again, you can get at Superstore. I think these are $4 each. So I've picked these up. This was like, I picked this up at the dollar store. And it's an e.l.f. brush as well. So you want to get, for your eyes, you're looking for a fluffy brush. And I don't know where mine went. Oh yeah, a fluffy brush for a crease brush, and then a C-shaped brush, which is just, it's kind of got a C shape, and then it's just flat. And the purpose for that is it's easy to pack on shadows. You can actually use it to line underneath. So if you're beginning, these two brushes will get you started, and you can do pretty much any look with these two. As far as other brushes, again, e.l.f. has powder blushes, every kind of brush you can imagine. So yeah, those are great brushes for cheap prices. And then if you're wanting to take it up a notch, you could always get yourself a foundation brush or a sponge. So yeah, those are other options to just they're just fun. I like using it rather than my face. I think you get a more flawless look. So these would be for foundation. You can pick these up at any drugstore. This is an actual beauty blender. You can get that at Sephora department stores, but you can get dupes that are half decent as well. And then if you're wanting to take it up one more notch, and this is certainly not essential, but kind of fun, it would be to look into bronzers, highlighters, and contours. So for bronzers, e.l.f. has good ones. This is like a blush bronzer duo from e.l.f. I find the bronzer a bit orangey. Physicians Formula has nice bronzers. NYC has a really good Mosaic matte bronzer, super cheap. For contouring, what you're gonna look for is more of a taupey colored brown, kind of gray brown, because you're mimicking a shadow. I use this NYX eyeshadow from, and it's called Trist. So I just use that because I'm too pale to use a lot of the contour shades that are out there. So this works really good for me. And then you can go with a highlighter. There's lots of highlighters out there. Physicians Formula probably has the most highlighty type products. Lots of shimmery stuff. This is from Walmart. It's called Hard Candy, and this is supposedly a bronzer, but it's called Tiki. And this is what I'm using on my cheeks and high points today. And I don't know if you'll be able to see that. Now I've got a super shiny nose, but it's a really nice, nice illuminator without having shimmer. It's just kind of a sheen to it. So that was $6, so you can't beat that price. And that's pretty much it. So that would definitely get you on the road to a ton of different looks. And then of course the colors and the shades that you choose are totally your preference. I tend to go with more mauvey shades and a little bit more muted pinks to begin with. Those would be the things, or like I said, like more peachy. They tend to be more natural looking a lot of times on people. So yeah, I hope that this is helpful. I'll put everything in the description bar or box or whatever it is called. I'll have to figure out what it's called. I hope this is helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the comments, and I'll answer them as soon as I can and as best as I can. And yes, please feel free to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, put it on Facebook, tell your friends, woohoo, 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 all that kind of stuff. And we'll talk to you soon. Have a great week.